This video is for anybody who has grown up fat or was otherwise told that they were ugly and unlovable. It is the weirdest thing to grow up being told that love, romantic love, is like the most important thing, the defining human experience, and like this rite of passage that everyone goes through, and it's like the happy ending to every story. Every movie ends with kissing and marriage and romantic love. There's all these quotes, there's all these sayings like all you need is love and love conquers all and love is blind and all this shit. And then at the same time, to be hearing all of that, internalizing all of that, especially as a woman, and then to be told that that's not available to you, you are too ugly, you can't have it. The defining human experience is not for you. It's not for you because of your looks. Maybe because of something you can't even control. Maybe because of your race or your facial features or something about you, your disability, like something that is just a part of you that you were born with, and maybe it's something that you're told you can't control, like me with being fat and told that it was my fault that I didn't deserve the defining human experience and I didn't deserve love because I should be fixing the problem that I was assumed to have caused.
Responsibility, the final frontier. These are the excuses of the starred chicks, queens. Their continuing mission statement: to explore odd new justifications, to seek out new scapegoats and new patsies, to boldly say things that make no sense. Fam, this queen literally said the control she has on her physical weight is equal to the control a person has on their race. I didn't make that up, and I didn't put words in her mouth. And if anyone wants to take me out of context trying to profess I am insinuating she is using negative speech, just go back to the beginning of this video and listen again. Maybe I'm wrong with what I'm about to say, but I understand a person's choice of daily calorie intake isn't something they are born with, like skin pigmentation. I am open to be corrected, but somehow I don't think I am wrong. I'm only going to say this on my own behalf and no one else's. But I at no point will say that my decisions of the content of what I consume, the extent of physical activity I do or do not partake in, and my choice of nutrition and or supplements is in any way equal to a person's height, bone density, gender at birth, skin pigmentation, or disability, be it physical or mental.
And this is why people go to such crazy lengths to like improve their appearance. There's this whole like femcel community. People are getting plastic surgery. People are going on like insane eating disorder diets. Like people do whatever it takes because we are told that love is so important. And so people will do anything to get it. It is an easy leap from love as the defining human experience and the most important thing ever. And you are unlovable and will never have it if you stay as you are. It is an easy leap to life is not worth freaking living. So either you're crushed by existential despair or you have to question it and say, well, this sounds kind of shallow. If I can't have it because of my looks, maybe love is not the end all be all, and then that's its own kind of alienating.
Setting the argument of deserving love aside, ladies, let me state something that this queen is blatantly overlooking. Total hypothetical, but how about accountability for your own decisions? Before anyone freaks out, hear me out. Let's follow a total theoretical fictional scenario that has nothing to do with this queen. Let's say this fictional unknown woman has only blue colored clothes in her wardrobe and claims she cannot find love because she can't control her personal clothing color selection. The men around this fictional woman listen to this and think, if she isn't going to take accountability for only buying blue dress-ups, that just means she will blame the guy who dates her for everything that goes wrong. Why would a man want to date someone like that? Now, that was just a total made-up hypothetical. It had nothing to do with what this queen was talking about. The thing this queen was overlooking is that it's all men's fault. Yep, absolutely, totally agree. Yep, blatantly men's fault.
And so maybe you define yourself in other ways. Maybe you become a girl boss who wants to like move up in the world and have an amazing career and like not define yourself by love. Sure, that's all great. But then you're still told that it's the most important thing and that single women with great careers or whatever the stereotype is still don't have a man, so they still aren't happy. And it's still at the end of every movie and every song is about it. And if you don't have that experience, you can't relate to 90% of songs. And so this is what I did. I said, I'm going to be a badass career woman because I can't have love, so better focus on everything else and do everything else better than everyone else if I still want to have a happy life. And then the second you decide maybe that career is not for you, or the second that you examine why you are so hard on yourself about it or why you're working so hard for it, it all comes crashing down and you have literally an existential crisis because what do you live for now? And if you realize that everything you've ever done is a band-aid for not being able to be loved, like, woo, that's a lot. So if you have some baggage about this, I see you, I feel you, that makes sense.
Considering a total hypothetical that has nothing to do with this queen, speculatively speaking, wouldn't it be more productive to sit down and analyze why it's been hard to find love rather than try to map out the anti-life equation of being a boss babe? Now let's keep this in the means of conjecture and dabble with theories of to obtain love, other steps must come before love. One of which is the attraction from individuals, which is a two-way street. Hence, it would benefit both individuals to have something the other finds attractive. Scientific theorem could state that female body size is a factor in attracting males. Nah, it's all men's fault. Queens, like Lizzo say, they are beautiful at any size. Moving on.
If you struggle to decide on things, it might be because you fear the responsibility that comes along with them. Everything in life has responsibility attached to it. But if you have been raised to not believe that you are capable of taking on this responsibility, it'll be so much harder in your adult life to then feel comfortable deciding on things that'll lead you to having to be responsible. This fear of responsibility can apply to any aspect of life, I think, whether that's work or whether that's a relationship. To decide on that career path or to decide on dating that person means you will have to take on responsibility for that person's feelings, for their experience in this life, or for the work that you have to do. And of course, responsibility opens up the potential for failure and disappointing people. And if you don't feel capable enough of being responsible of these things, then of course you're going to not decide on doing anything. So if you find yourself feeling stuck right now in your life and you're not really moving in any direction or you have no momentum, ask yourself, what responsibilities am I scared of taking on?
Fam, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. No pun intended. When I researched hypengiophobia, several sources stated that it was tied into anxiety. In previous episodes, I showed research with references that women are nearly twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with anxiety disorders. I honestly think women's fear of responsibility is, in a way, tied into the side effects of evolution survival. From our hunter-gatherer days, women were not the ones facing the bigger creatures because not just did they lack men's strength, they also were most vulnerable during pregnancy. None of this is said in a belittling manner. It's just to point out why modern men take the lead and naturally defend women. They have evolved that way. You can't undo thousands of years of evolution with a few decades of social construct, regardless of what a certain pink-haired group may tell you to believe. In fact, I would argue the reason the bulk of modern day women avoid responsibility and want men to take the lead is because deep down, we all know that social constructs are only as good as the duration of the society that implements them. Major catastrophic events throughout our history have shown that social constructs do get abandoned when society crumbles. Even in modern times, we can still only be 9 meals away from anarchy. Moving on.
Let me just say, you don't have a fear of rejection. You have a fear of embarrassment. Let me explain. Okay, so a lot of people think they have a fear of rejection, right? The thing is, people tell you no all the time. Like, you're constantly probably being told no. Throughout your workday, people are probably shooting down ideas, telling you no in a nice way that doesn't feel like a no, but really is a no, so you're not interpreting it as a no. So let's say you're gonna ask a bartender to give you a free drink. A lot of people wouldn't do that because they're scared of the no, right? But really, the no isn't the scary part. The scary part is everything in between. From when I ask the question to when I get the no. That's the scary part. And what lives in that in between? Embarrassment. So you're embarrassed, like, what is that bartender gonna think of me for me asking a free drink? Are they gonna think that I look stupid? Are they gonna think I'm broke? It's the embarrassment of what people might think of you. The no is just the no. The no isn't the scary part. So now that you know that, let's do something about it. Follow me where I give tips on embracing embarrassment and learning to overcome the fear of it.
Fam, I'm going to take what this queen just said closer to the root of the problem. First, I want to acknowledge she is correct as to women having a fear of embarrassment, which definitely feeds into the fear of responsibility. Let's apply this revelation into women's social norms as in dating, family, and friends. Women value feelings so much they will say nearly anything, believe nearly anything, and agree with nearly anything if it means it will spare them any negative feelings from their social circles. For example, if they are caught cheating, some will say they were forced into it. If they are caught physically assaulting a man, some will not hesitate to lie and say they were defending themselves. If anything that can cause them to lose social credit from their own actions, they will utterly refuse to take responsibility for it, even if it sounds completely illogical. And it doesn't matter how high up the social or financial ladder the woman is at. Look at Amber Heard if you don't buy that one. Oh, really? At no point did I say men didn't do it, but women do it far more often. Just look at TikTok for some proof. And I always say to a woman who wants to talk about my banana size, well, I guess my banana is one short of the bunch you've already had. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.